What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LOI Fan TV. There's 3 games to go in the League of Ireland Premier Division, and we are no closer to knowing who is going to come out on top. But looking ahead to this weekend's games, I'm joined once again by Luke Jennings to take a look at a really, really interesting round of fixtures. And it could be, I feel like we're saying this every week, but a pivotal round of fixtures.
Yeah, very important. Three winnable games from the three title contenders. But then again, you know how this season's been. It's never gone three considerable results, 3 wins. So let's see
No,
what this week has in store.
it's never straightforward. Like, it feels like
No,
every time a team has a chance to lay down a marker and proper pull away, they just don't take it at all. Like, are you have you put narrowed it down to that three? Then do you think it's a three-horse race?
you just don't know, do you? Like based off kind of that, like easily this weekend, two of the three teams could drop points. Like you could
Yeah,
see like Rovers drawn to like Drogheda, or like they're like Shells maybe drawn to Waterford or something. You just don't know. Like
yeah,
you just don't
yeah,
know. And then a Pats win, it's hard to say. But what do you think?
yeah. I think it is a three-horse race. Realistically, I think the top three won't necessarily finish in the top three, if you get me. But
Yeah.
there are 3 teams that can win the league. Like, Pats could nick the top three finish, but I think Pats' games. I've seen a lot of people saying Pats can win the league and stuff. I think their games are actually too tough. I think they've Galway at home this weekend, then they've Derry at home, which is obviously going to be a massive clash, and then they've Sligo away, who are playing really well at the moment. So it's 3 very tough games for Pats. So I just don't think they're going to get maximum points, which is probably what they would need to win the league. I don't think they can get maximum points from that. So I do think it's a three-horse race, but I don't think the top three are guaranteed the top three positions.
Oh, it's a great way of putting it. I fully agree. Yeah, it's this as we kind of alluded before. Like they're just 2 points too far behind. Like to kind of catch a 4 point team with three teams ahead of you with 3 games to go, it's nearly impossible. Like so, yeah. But weirder things have happened. But yeah, it doesn't look very likely at all.
No, yeah, no. I'd say up 3 winnable fixtures for the top three this weekend. We'll start off with your boys, Shamrock Rovers. They do travel to Weavers Park to play Drogheda, and it's obviously a winnable game, but it's definitely a tough game as well. Drogheda currently in ninth place, 4 points off Bohemians. Maybe have given themselves a little bit too much to do to climb out of the playoffs place, considering they have Shells next week. Obviously, yourselves this week. It is a tough enough run in for them as well. But obviously they're gonna hopefully try and nick something this weekend to keep it going.
Yeah, it's do or die for both teams. Like
Yeah.
Rovers need to win, Drogheda need to win. Um, yeah, it's do or die, isn't it? Like it's probably the most nervy one out of the last three. Like it's just
Definitely.
Weavers Park. Like you know yourself from even Derry going there recently and losing. Shells have struggled up there. Like we've struggled up
Yeah.
there. Like it's one of those pitches where like football. Like you can't really play football up there. It's just who wants
No.
it more will win the game. And to be fair, against Shells, like we turned up, we treated like a cup final. We gave you that respect. We won the game, and I think we will give Drogheda that respect as well. I don't think we're going to be going in here thinking we're going to walk this game, and it's a huge game, like a sellout up there. Yeah, we're always bringing a big support, and if we're going to win the league, we need to win this game. Even if we draw this game, we're not going to win the league. So yeah, I'm gonna go towards an kind of nervy 1-0 Rovers win, and I
Yeah.
think if we win that game, I think we'll win the league.
I agree. I agree. I think if you do win, I don't agree on your prediction. I agree. If you do win this game, I think you'll win the league 100%. I think your last 2 games are very winnable. And this is crazy to think Shamrock Rovers in this position now after we kind of wrote them off a number of times throughout the year, and like it never really looked like they get this kind of momentum going. And then they've won. Is it what's their form like? It's 1-4 in the last 5 or something like that. They've won, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they're just flying, and it's just the right time of the season. And obviously they have that kind of experience to get them over the line and in certain games as well. So that could be huge for them. I do think the draw that's gonna be the toughest game from the last 3 on paper anyway. Sometimes obviously you can get a mad result in the League of Ireland. Just never know. But for me, I think Drogheda could have enough to nick a point here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I just think Drogheda will be fighting for their lives. I think they'll think that Bows could slip up in their respective game as well. And just keep that pressure on and only be within 3 points of Bows then, so you never know going into the last 2. So I just think Drogheda might just nick a point here, and I'm kind of maybe saying it more on hope than belief, but I need to believe that they'll drop. Shamrock Rovers are going to drop points here.
In their Drogheda's last 6 games, they've won 3, drawn 3, lost 0. The last
It's
time they
very
lost
impressive.
was Pats.
Yeah,
the
it's
start
very
of
impressive
September.
form. Like,
Yeah,
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 no,
it's
they've been
very
really,
impressive.
really good form, and obviously cup final to look forward to as well. So there's good feeling around the club as well at the moment. So, yeah, do or die for both clubs.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's a cup final.
Yeah, it's a massive, massive game. Another big game, kind of a similar kind of vibe to it in terms of Dundalk being bottom of the table. They play host to second place Derry City. Dundalk, I think we can all write them off. I think they will be relegated after this weekend. Um, Barring a miracle, they're what 8 points
Eight
off with three
points.
games to go, so they're effectively relegated now.
Yeah,
And obviously playing host to a Derry side who've been off the back of a really, really poor weekend from them. Obviously, they had two games in hand this weekend where they played Bohemians on Friday night and they drew 1-1, and they played Sligo on Monday night and drew 1-1 again. And they were quite fortunate against Sligo in particular. The first half, they were really, really bad there. It's as bad as you'd ever see a League of Ireland Premier Division team play. Like, they're really, really poor. A little bit better in the second half, but their goal was through a huge slice of luck, across into the box, and Reece Hutchinson, bit of miscommunication with McGinty, and kind of sliced into his own goal. So a bit of luck for Derry to nick a point. Pat Hoban also going off injured. This is not what you want to see at this stage of the season. So, yeah, troublesome times at Derry. It looks really bad for them.
it's disgraceful that how bad they played. Like
Yeah,
they've had two back-to-back home games where if they win both of their games, they're 2 points clear. And
yeah,
they just didn't look like I watched both of the games. Like they didn't look up for either of them, and you just got to wonder what is it up there? Because you look at that team, you've Michael Duffy, Patrick McElhenney, Pat Hooban, players that have won multiple leagues,
yeah,
brave experience, like players like Brian Maher, Connolly, Andrew Wisdom's played in the Premier League. Like what is it? Like why are they so off it? It's
yeah,
ridiculous. Like Sligo looked way more, even with 10 men, Sligo looked more likely to beat them. And I couldn't
yeah.
believe what I was watching. Like, and if I was a Derry City supporter, I would be fuming. And I saw on Twitter people calling for Higgins' head. And to be honest, you can't blame them because he's been in the job now 4 years. He has
Yeah.
at least the second biggest budget in the league, and they've fallen off every single time, and it's really now or never for Derry, and it's looking like never, to be honest.
No, yeah, 100%. Obviously, they're in the cup final. It looked maybe before this weekend that the double was definitely on the cards, and I kind of made a joke that if they could win the double, and Higgins could still get the sack because like the fans aren't happy and they're not playing that particularly well. And now it looks, I nearly. I don't back them at all to win this league. To be honest, I don't think they have the cojones to go on and win it at all. Like, whether it's Shells or Rovers, whoever else, I think they can nearly slip out of the top three. Obviously, they still have to play Pats as well. I could really, really see them slipping out of the top three at this stage. Unless they can pull it back somehow. But like, they have the quality, they have the ability to do it, and I think this is a very, very winnable game for them. I think they might just edge it, but I don't know, kind of funny one. Maybe there's nothing to lose, have a go, and obviously have a bit of quality of themselves as well. I think Derry, just to form the dock around there, they're looking dead in Derry. I think Derry will just nick it, but I don't think it'll be comfortable. I think 2-1 Derry is what I'll go with.
Yeah, it's got Dundalk. I think Dundalk will be up for it. Like obviously this kind of notion that they're not really getting paid and they're look one eye on next season for all the players. Like Galway kind of threw that out the window, and like even though they are gone, in theory they're not, and they'll be playing off the back of that. So I think they will give a good game to Derry. I think there'll be goals now. I'm going to go 3-2
Mm.
Derry. Just from Derry don't look too solid at the back, and Dundalk will be up for it. And I say they'll pack out Oriel Park anyway because the club needs it. And
Yeah,
but Derry will probably get the nick.
yeah.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be surprised to see them dock kind of scrape something out of it or something. It wouldn't be a mad thing to say. Like, but
isn't it crazy that cup final could potentially be a European playoff?
yeah,
If you break down the results, like Pats play Derry next, and if Pats beat Derry,
and then
it's slim.
Derry have Shells last day as well, like, which would
Yeah,
be massive as well.
yeah,
Like,
Pats
yeah,
could overtake Derry if they beat them, and then they play Shells. And to be honest, like initially I was like, geez, it'd be a cauldron. Shells wouldn't get anything up there, but I watched those last two games, and it's a really toxic place to Brandywell.
yeah,
Like they're getting booed off at half time, and you can actually see
yeah.
Shells going up there and nicking the results. So yeah, not promising times for Derry.
No, not at all, not at all. You went 3-2 there, yeah, both going for Derry to win there, but not overly convincingly. Finally, we did the last title contender that we've in the top three anyway. Shelburne, of course, massive game, and a good opportunity for them to kind of stop the bleeding, and to try and finish the season off strongly. It's a home game against Waterford, who are seventh in the league, 44 points. They're 4 points off sixth. They're 7 points ahead of eighth. They're kind of in that mid-table zone, which would have been obviously fantastic at the start of the season. They would have been delighted with that, and they've been a real credit to themselves and been a great addition to the league. But I think that's that stage of the season now where they're kind of on the beach, aren't they? Really, and it's probably the ideal game for Shells. Barring outside of Dundalk, this is probably the one game you'd want to try and like. If you can't beat these, you don't deserve to win the league at home. Like you don't deserve to win it.
I saw a stat. They're the only team in the league that can't be relegated or win the league.
Yeah, that sums it up, doesn't it? Like, yeah, it sums it up. Like in the league of absolute madness, they're the one team that's just like bit of stability, bit of composure about them. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think Waterford will be delighted off the back. They got up through the playoff in a really shaky game against Cork last year, skin of
yeah,
their teeth job, and they would have bitten your hand off to kind of be in this position. And fair play to them. Keith Long's done a wonderful job. And as you
yeah,
said, if you were Damien Duff and you were to cherry pick a team outside of Dundalk, you probably would pick Waterford, wouldn't you?
yeah.
Yeah, like even though Shells obviously have one win in how long, like this is the game, and like if they don't turn up here, like you just got to throw your hat in, don't you? Like
No, yeah, 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 no, 100%. I think the fact that we have these two home games coming up is it does help us up with like a good opportunity to try and win it. Like it's like you couldn't ask for a much better bar. Obviously, the last game of the season, but my hope is that Shamrock Rovers drop points to Drogheda this weekend. Shells win, so that means we would go. You have 53, we have 57, so there's 4 points in it. And then Derry drop points to Pats next week, even if they win this week. So if we beat Drogheda next week, we win the league in Talca Park. Can you imagine? Like, it'd be so much better to win it in Talk and then up in Derry, like with like
clip
150
it,
grand.
clip it up, clip it.
Well, it's within the realms of possibility. Like,
No, look, it is within the realms, and to be fair, like, that is a possibility. Like, there's a possibility we drop points in Drogheda and use win this game, and the league looks totally different again. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah. If that
it's
happens,
just
if you drop points and we win, like we're have to be considered in the driving seat. Like we have to
no,
be
no.
there.
Look, no. If that happens, you will win the league because
Yeah,
Derry ain't going to Richmond Park and getting 3 points. Let's just be
no.
honest. Like, and even if they get a point, but what's it then if they get a point and use win? What would it be going
If
to final
if
game?
they'd be so they're 2 points behind us now. They'd be 2 points behind if they win this weekend. So then if we win, yeah, it'd be done if they draw
It'd
or
be
if
done. It'd
they
be done as
draw.
well. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's between us two now, isn't it? Like it's mad. It's mad to think. God, like considering Derry like a week ago were favourites, but
yeah.
yeah. Look, I'm gonna go Shells there. I think. I don't think it'll be like a hammering by no means. I think it'll
No,
be.
no, no.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Shells again. Like I
Yeah,
just think that you'll get your goal and defend your lead, and it'll be a big win.
yeah. I'm hoping. I'm kind of saying it all along now, but I'm hoping maybe with that little break we had that we get the few bodies back in the building as well. JJ Lunny's been out for a month and a half now at this stage, I'd say. Obviously Paddy Barrett back from suspension. That Rovers game, I'm not reading too much into that because we were lacking a lot of players, like a lot of injuries there. O'Brien, Griffin were out, so we're getting a lot. Hopefully, have a lot of bodies back in the team, in the lineup, in the squad, and even for the bench as well. Obviously against ourselves, we only had I think Harry Ward's probably the only recognised senior player on the bench. Against Rovers. So hopefully getting a few more bodies back, stronger squad. Liam Burt obviously be available again. I just think we might have enough to get through this big test. If Lunny can get back in for the run in as well, it'd be huge beside because I think Mark Coyle's performances have dipped since Lunny's dropped out of the team. You can kind of know you can see the huge difference that Lunny made beside him there. They had built a really good pairing. So I just think getting the two of them back in, it could just work out really, really nicely to finish out the season. But and obviously Gano as well. I think back in at right full and stuff. Yeah, hopefully we can have the like kind of a team you recognise more out on Friday night. But it's gonna be it's a huge game, and as you say, it's not gonna be a whooping, but hopefully it's gonna be as comfortable as Shelburne Football Club are gonna make a 2-0 win. It's as comfortable as it's ever gonna be, I think.
I
But
don't think it's ever been that comfortable.
no, no. I think we've won like 1-0 like 8 times or something this season, like something mad. Like
we we ran through the possibilities of Rovers dropping points and Derry dropping points next week. Like, what do you foresee it being for Shells if they drop points this weekend? Where do you think that leaves them?
I think if you drop points this weekend, I think Rovers win the league. Even if you
Okay.
draw, I think that'll just knock the stuffing out of us. I think, and it'll just. I think that Drogheda game is probably a bigger test. And that's the thing though. If you beat Drogheda, they're effectively in that playoff spot. So maybe they'll rest bodies and they won't be as things. So maybe that makes that game easier then in a way. If you get me. If so, funny enough, if you win this week, it could be an easier game for us against Drogheda. Whereas if they win against Hughes or draw against Hughes, they're still in that fight to get out of ninth. So that's a tougher game for us. So it's kind of there's so many different like elements at play here that could affect it. Like, you know,
It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. No, looking at it here, yeah, yeah. They probably will be by the time the play use, confirmed, and they'll be in cup final mode. So yeah,
because
uh,
they'd have 2 games to go and they need to jump Bows by 4 points and they like yeah, I don't know. They
as a
have that.
Shelburne fan, like these, like I'm looking at them, like these two games are perfect. Two back-to-back home games against two teams that will probably have both have nothing to play for when it comes around to it. Like
Seventh
if
and
you
ninth in the
win,
league.
yeah, if you don't win these two games, like you've been given a perfect,
It's a great
even though
opportunity.
it's a great opportunity amongst like how the last couple of months have gone. Like he's still in a very good spot. So
Yeah.
like Duff will be licking his lips to an extent, despite the recent form.
Yeah, I still, even if we win those 2 games though, and if you win both of yours, I just think us playing Derry away and you playing Waterford at home on the last day, I just think like we could, us and Derry could nearly really shut her out there and you could pip in and win it. Like it's just, yeah, it's impossible to know, isn't it? Like
You
it's
see
just
the
so
thing with
hard.
the trophy.
Yeah,
It's
the flying it
crazy.
around or whatever, isn't it? Yeah.
They're saying they don't have time to make a replica, so they're trying to get approval to have a helicopter with the trophy.
So it would
So
just be so much easier, wouldn't it, for everyone involved? If Rovers drop points this weekend, Shells win their 2 games, win it in Pocket Park, a game to go, wrapped up with a game to go, you know?
because this is funny that the thought of like a helicopter in the sky
It's
in the
mad,
middle of
isn't
Ireland at 10 o'clock on a
it?
Friday,
Halfway between
going left or right.
Brandywell and Tala, like, you know?
It's like do we Yui,
Yeah,
shells on
yeah.
the
Yeah. Oh, it'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? That's the thing,
Oh,
like, for a neutral, you wanted to go to the last day, you want that ramp, but Jesus Christ, I could think of nothing worse. Like, fucking hell, like,
oh, so no, I personally think that this title race is going to go down to the 91st minute on the final day. We'll all be in our respective grounds and we'll be checking our phones. I just think the league has been like that so far. I think that's where
yeah.
it's going. I just feel like it's not going to kind of fall now and be done by the second final day in Talca as you're kind of hoping for. I just can't see it. I just think it goes to Derry. It does, doesn't it? Like there is no world where it doesn't go to Derry. Like it goes up to the Brandywell on the final day and everyone's watching. Like
Yeah, I could see, like, in a weird way, I could see you like putting 3 past draws this weekend. You know, it's good to see he's getting,
yeah,
like, I'm hoping for a draw, you score early and then just kind of have a nice handy 1-3-0 win or something like.
yeah,
Uh,
you'll be at the draw the game sitting in the home end the way things
yeah,
are going.
yeah,
You're like,
pretty
Talk will
much.
take care of itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's
Real.
gonna be absolutely nuts, isn't it? It's crazy. It's so good for the league. Like, and I think the Shells game's on telly again this weekend, which is great again. So it's the maddest title race ever, and I think from a neutral's perspective, I think a neutral should want Shells to win the league just for that competitive edge in the League of Ireland. Because hear me out here, right? Because Rovers have all the money in the world, right? And they're European football to come and all this stuff. And if they win the league again, it's 5 in a row, and it takes that. No, there's no competitive edge to it. They'll probably go win it again next year. Pats will come back again next season with loads of money. Um, Derry probably go again. I think Shells, that underdog story. It's like Leicester City. It's probably a bigger story than Leicester City winning the
Oh,
Prem,
for
I think.
Jesus' sake.
This is that
Bigger
underdog
story than
story.
Leicester. Are you
Damien
for
Duff
real?
lifting the trophy. I think that's what the neutral should want.
He's
That's
already
what the
lifted
neutral
the
should get
Prem.
behind. That's what the neutral should want. I think this is genuinely the biggest chance we're going to have, though. Like,
Yeah, no, it is.
if we win it this year, the knock-on effect will be huge in terms of playing Champions League next year and maybe getting a group stage football in Europe and the money that'll mean and the players you'll attract. Whereas if we don't win it this year, obviously we'll still have Europa League and we'll probably have a similar kind of winter to last year in terms of transfers and stuff. But I think Pats and Rovers will finish ahead of us next season and Derry and stuff. So I think that's the opportunity to really set us up. And I don't want to add any pressure, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
it's huge. It's huge.
And if you're Damien Duff, like, and you don't win the league this year, and Pats go again, and Rovers go again, and Derry go again, and like you don't know, those always kind of have money there to spend. You're probably asking yourself the question, like what do I do now with this squad? Like, have I hit my ceiling? Because if they
Yeah.
don't win the league and they have the similar budget, like they're probably going to get swamped next year. Like, they'll probably be competing for Europe. Like a title race again next year will be unbelievable for Shell standards, like, especially after losing Jarvis, Malloy, Moylan. Like, you'd want to have an unbelievable recruitment in the winter, like, and it's almost clutching the straws, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't think we'll be competing for the league again next season unless we can get Jarvis back and bring in 3 or 4 quality players. Because it's if they don't, like, the Shells are probably, like, their form recently is obviously is kind of even itself out over the season. Like, but Like it's like to be top of the league with 3 games to go. It's way higher than anyone anticipated at the start of the season. I think we were 30-1 or something at the start of the year to win the league. I think everyone would have probably maybe had them fourth or fifth in their pre-season league table predictions. Like they've overachieved tremendously, and you can put it down to it being a bad league from other teams. There probably is an element to that and stuff like that. But maybe it's the most competitive league in years as well. I think so. There's no UCDs, no whipping boys. Every team's put up a fight. So it's yeah, I think Shells, if they can pull it off, it'll be a magical story now.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I can't wait for Friday. Like, on one hand, I don't want Friday to come in, and the other hand, I can't wait to get it out of the way.
I'm
It's just one of
exactly the
those.
same. Exactly the
Yeah,
same. Yeah, yeah. It could literally be the best night ever or the worst. Like,
yeah, 100%.
yeah. I would be the best title win for you guys if you pulled it off because
Oh,
of the what's at stake and
unbelievable. And like I was even saying to one of the lads there, like 18-1, we were like less than 2, 3 weeks ago
mad,
at one point, like after
mad.
that Pats game, and now
Some
we're
people
probably
putting money on Pats at 100-1 there, and it's down to like 14 now or something. Do you know, like it's like
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think they'll
just a
win it,
mad
but
league. But it'd be
yeah,
the sweetest one by a country mile because I know last year we had a really bad start and we clawed it back. We kind of won it comfortably in the end.
yeah, yeah. Games to go and
And
all. Yeah,
with Derry, like I kind of go back to the whole Derry capitulating point, like they do it every year. But yeah, like this one will be magical. It would be, and
yeah,
like kind of similar enough to yourself. Like I know we are the underdogs, but like for us to win this on the back of kind of writing ourselves off would be special. So yeah, whatever happens, it's going to be a monumental finish.
yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. We'll move on to the next game. St. Pat's against Galway. St. Pat's obviously in fourth on 50 points. Galway in fifth on 50 points as well. So a massive game with Trimmer Park. Obviously, Pat's the informed team in the league. I think they won 6 or 7 on the bounce at this stage. Galway as well. Never an easy game to play against. They've had an unbelievable campaign. And we kind of touched on last week Greg Cunningham being injured for the rest of the season, which is a huge blow for them. It's a bit of experience. He's been a revelation since joining. And it could be a big blow for them. But this is it's a tough one to call. I think Pats probably fancy their chances, but Galway always a tough, always mix it up and always make it tough.
Yeah, Galway are a very, they're a very solid opposition, and nobody really likes to play them because of how tough they are. But
Mm.
I just kind of feel like the arse has fallen out of Galway, like with that Cunningham injury, going away to Pats, the most informed team in the league, and like I just don't see them getting Europe. And Pats are now have that fourth place spot, which is actually funny because we were only talking about 2, 3 weeks ago, being like, could Pats get fourth? And now with 3 games to go, they're sitting there. So
Yeah,
it's just a mad league. But yeah, like I can't see anyone but Pats winning this game. To be honest, I just think Galway have maybe they've done unbelievably, and
yeah.
Johnny
They
Caulfield
hit their
and
ceiling probably. Like,
yeah, Ali Horgan deserve their credit. Like if they even if they get a top half finish, that'd be unbelievable ahead of
mm.
Sligo. But I just think Pats will win this game. I think they'll put a few. Like when I say a few, I could see like a 2 goal winning margin. So I'm probably going to lean towards 2-0 Pats.
2-0 Pats. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. Was Galway's last game the 1-1 with Dundalk? Was it? I think Jim, that was they kind of threw that away, didn't they, in the last minute? I think that was their last game. If
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
Stephen
Which was a
Kenny's
huge.
son.
Yeah, Alan Kenny, unbelievable. Yeah, helping out his dad. Yeah, I think Pats will just have enough here as well. I'll go 2-1 Pats. I think. Yeah, I think. Obviously, I don't. No team puts 4 or 5 Pats going. Not even this Pats team will do that. I don't think. Obviously, Pats obviously had that great result against Bows on Monday night. 3-1 win there, and yeah, they're flying. They're absolutely flying. They're looking a different team under Stephen Kenny, and they'll be a real contender next season, no doubt about it. But yeah, I think Pats will have enough quality. It won't be easy, but I think yeah, 2-1 Pats. I think they'll keep their winning streak going for one more week at least. Heading into that Derry game, but yeah, Pats actually you're looking at it like you're like if they win that and then they win that and then they win that. How far away they're going to be? Like it's mad,
Jesus
isn't it? Like
Christ.
51 points.
Imagine like Stephen Kenny. Give him the Ireland job. Bring him back
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Bring him back in. Honestly, like
Yeah,
it's
literally, it's
mad.
all those
But to be
tweets.
fair,
That's,
as you've touched off, like you look at that team would be mid-table in League One. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah. It's
Mulroney,
class.
Elbozetti, Anang, and Redmonds, Keane, like
Mealy,
Melia would be linked to that big money move.
to Spurs, yeah. I think I saw was it a 3 million package or something like that, and 6 other Premier League clubs interested. I think it could nearly rise to 5 if you get a bit of a bidding war going.
No, 100%. And like, I feel like we've been prone to it in the league as well. I was only looking up his contractual situation. He's contracted until 2026 and he's not allowed to
Yeah,
leave for a year. So, like, if I was Pats, there's no need to be, jumping at this first offer because he sees 7 figures. Like, they need to just hold. And like, look at him now. Imagine he's going to be like in 6 months' time. Like, imagine he starts next season like a house on fire. like, you know, like his price will go again. So I just think Pats just need to hold in and just get the
Yeah.
best deal possible, because it will have a trickle down effect for all of us going forward selling our players.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, sets that precedent and sets that tone. We won't be losing the likes of Gavin Malloy for 70 grand in the future, hopefully, like, you know.
Yeah.
Melia as well, there's talk that it will be a deal where obviously with that he can't move till next year, whatever happens, he'll get loaned back to Pats for the season. So might be something that Pats are interested in to get that. But yeah, I think yeah, we get a bidding war going, get as much money as we can, and it'll be fantastic. And Kelleher would be delighted to probably pay Stephen Kenny's wage for a year, 5 billion, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's well, like, what a talent! Like, he's pretty, like,
Oh, he's incredible.
he's generational talent as far as League of Ireland kind of prospects go. Like, I really think that he has a higher. He's going to have a better career than Evan Ferguson. I
Ooh,
just,
wow, yeah.
yeah, I honestly think, like, Evan Ferguson obviously broke through at 14, and you know, like, came in like a house on fire for Brighton, but he's kind of, you know, he's kind of a bit plateaued now. Had his few
Yeah,
injuries, whereas, you know, Melia is like, he's really looking the part. Like, and Evan Ferguson at 16, 17 wasn't playing senior football the same way Evan Ferguson was, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think Melia, I think he is a Premier League player. I think he will be, and I think he'll get numerous caps for Ireland. So it's really in Pat's best interest to get the best deal possible for them.
yeah, get a nice little sell-on clause in there as well,
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
20, 30% or something, because he could go for big bucks in a couple of years' time, 100%. Both back and Pats to win that anyway against Galway. Finally, we do have Sligo against Bohemians on Saturday evening. Only 1 minute for me here, and that being the home side, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. To just touch off Jack Henry Francis, like, what a player.
Yeah, baller.
Rolls Royce against Derry, like, honestly, like, what, like, for him to kind of go up there and play like that without fear and so on, like, you can see how he's at Arsenal. And yeah, Sligo, like, John Russell got signed a new contract, and, like, fair credit to him, because this time last year he was being talked about being sacked.
Yeah, yeah,
So, like,
100%.
losing Pinacker, losing you know, losing Mata, losing the winger to Leipzig, like they've been decimated themselves, and to be still in contention is a monumental task complete by him. So yeah, no, I think Sligo will win this game. I think that 2 or 3-1. Like, I'll go 2-1. It'd be tight enough.
Yeah, yeah. I guess him signing that new deal as well is kind of, I suppose he might have been touted around for like a job at maybe a Bose or someone in the off season, maybe a Derry or something. Is maybe him signing that deal is that kind of commitment to them that they showed to him last year when the going was tough, and they stuck by him. So maybe he's kind of returned the favor a little bit there, because he's a young, promising coach. Like, so, yeah, it was great to see him sign that deal, and Sligo seem to definitely be going places, and be interested to see how they go on next year. Obviously, they'll lose McGinty on the loan deal coming to an end and things like that, and they lost a few throughout the year, as you said. But yeah, Russell's done a fantastic job, and to be still in contention now with a few games to go is a fantastic achievement for them. They'll be delighted. I think I had them down the bottom in my preseason predictions, so they've definitely shown me. Yeah, I think Sligo win this comfortably enough. I think I'll go 3-1 for Sligo. Bows just look really, really bad, don't they?
Bows just need to take a leaf out of Sligo's book, recruitment wise, kind of everything. Like, yeah, it's terrible. Like, it's really
Shocking.
bad. I know they got a good result with Derry on Friday night, but, like, that doesn't take away from, like, I saw against Pats. Like, geez, the stadium looked empty, didn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it looks like the fans have just given up on this season, and that's, like, you know yourself, when Shels got relegated in 2020, you know, nobody saw it coming, and it kind of just, the arse fell out of you. And, like, it kind of has that same. I know they're 4 points ahead of Drogheda, but you know yourself, Drogheda, they're in form, and I don't rule Bows out of finishing ninth. I really don't.
really, yeah, yeah.
I just don't. I
I
just
don't know
don't.
how
I just
both
don't get convinced.
Bose's last games are against after this one. They're against. So I pulled them up here now. Bose away to Dundalk and at home to draw. Draw in the last game of the season.
Is a draw the last?
Oh, no,
No,
is that right?
no, no.
No, it's not.
Their
No,
next
no,
their
it's
next two games. So they're playing Sligo on Saturday. Then they're away to Waterford, and then they are at home to Galway. So
I
actually, they
know.
have a favourable enough running, to be fair. Like, and
Yeah,
draw, they're
yeah,
playing Dundalk final day of the season. So, like, you probably
yeah,
fancy draw to get a win there, but, like, yeah,
yeah. I think Droghera's running is just a little bit too tough with
it
Shams
is.
and with Rochelle's. Like, I just think they'll probably get max what
Maybe 4 points at best. Like, they'll get a draw from either
very best,
ourselves or yourselves, and they'll beat
very
Dundalk.
best. Yeah,
You'd need a proper capitulation from Bowes yet, to be
you
fair. To
would.
be fair,
Yeah, I
but
think one more
yeah,
point
still,
for Bose from the tree will do it. Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, no. To
If
be fair,
if
yeah,
there's like three more games on top of that, it'd be great. But obviously not for me, but for that as well. Like, not from
yeah.
Michelle's point of view, but from
Because Pat to win the league, then, so we don't need, you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
We need the season to end quickly.
Pronto, yeah, big time, big time. Yeah, I think Bowes, I think Pat Fenlon needs to be looked at as well in terms of recruitment. I think he's been put in charge of football operations and has been a massive failure off the pitch in terms of recruitment and in terms of all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think they need a kind of a refresh off the pitch. It's a big project there to really kick on because I worry about Bowes for next season. I think Cork coming into the league with that strike force of Keating and Maguire. Drogheda will likely stay up if they come ninth. You'd imagine they'll stay up. Like Bowes could be in serious trouble again next season. Like if they don't get it the act together in the off season.
Even look at our coaching staff. Like, how is Stevie O'Donnell the assistant and Rennie's the manager? Like, it makes no
Yeah,
sense. Like,
yeah.
it's
I
back
kind
and
of forget
front.
O'Donnell's there. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I can't see him. Like, will he be there next season?
I
I
don't
can't
know.
see it.
Reynolds will be gone. I'd say he has to be. They could give it to O'Donnell to be honest.
And if he was out of a job, you'd say fair enough. It's just the fact that he's been there amongst that, it kind of lowers his stock down a little bit, doesn't it? Like
Yeah,
someone like Keith Long, if they could get Keith Long back from Waterford, like that would be a brilliant addition. Like I was harshly sacked the first time because he built two or three solid teams on a shoestring,
yeah.
and like if they could get rid of Rennie and bring in Keith Long, I really think that that would be something worthwhile for both
Would he
fans.
go
Like
back though? Would he go back?
you don't know, do you? But like they're full time now, whereas when he was there before, they were part time, and there's a bit more money in the club. It comes down to ambition. Like, how high is Waterford's ceiling? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah,
What will Waterford do next season? They'll probably solidify themselves as a mid-table club, maybe an outside shout for Europe, but with the other teams, and you can't see it. Like Bowes will probably offer them a bigger budget, and
maybe. Yeah,
you never know where the things have
yeah.
happened.
It's hard to know, isn't it? Yeah. I think he'd be mad to go back probably, but yes, yeah. You don't know. It's a mad one. I think Keith Long is. Yeah, he deserves better. They've been so bad since they've moved him on. Because he was kind of constantly overachieving with them and then doing great things with them, and then kind of one bad recruitment window, which might not have been fully down to him, and then he's gone. So I think he'd be mad to go back just
Disgraceful.
from that point of view, you know.
Yeah, no, it was disgraceful. Yeah,
So yeah, I think yeah, shut the door on them in that respect. But yeah, it's just yeah, you never know, It'd be a mad one, it'd be a mad story. Get the L gang back together, like get Denny Corcoran back in or something, as well. Front
get
or
Georgie
something.
Kelly, bring him back.
Georgie Kelly, yeah. Oscar Brennan midfield and all like
Oh
Keith Ward.
Jesus, Keith Ward,
Back
yeah.
together like
Oh, stop Liam Burr, Ali Coop.
yeah. Great team that was actually.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, but anyway, both going for Sligo to win that to hopefully with a Sligo win and a Drogheda win this Friday we'll keep the relegation battle up and running,
yeah,
Nice
hopefully.
Drogheda win. Yeah. But yeah, guys, there you have it. Our predictions ahead of this weekend's games. A massive weekend of LOI action. And let us know your predictions down in the comments below as well. It is much appreciated if you can drop a like in the video and please do subscribe. Luke, pleasure as always, man.
Cheers, Ross. Thank you.
Worst of luck Friday.